Hello everybody, this is Itsu. I just finished all the components of this Delhi circuit in one place. I took a tray, a wooden plate, and I put all the components together. At the end we have what I call the Delhi coil, the L1, 2, 3 and 4 coil. And here is the ground point going to my ground from the house plumbing. The L1 and the L4 coil are grounded at this side directly to this ground point. I have the coaxial cable terminated here, so shorted there. And here is the L2 coil, which is terminated by a 1 microfarad cap, making it resonance at 4.2 kilohertz. On this side we have the other end of the L1 coil going to the toroid. I have the other end of the L4 coil going to a full bridge rectifier, 4 fast diodes UF 4007s and a 40 microfarad cap. Here at the end we have the coaxial cable, which is connected to the DSR-D and the nanopulser. Which has its feed from both the 200 volts coming from the other secondary of this toroid and the TL494 oscillator. And both are being fed by a 12 volt side of an ATX power supply. So we have all ingredients there to make a replication attempt for this Delhi circuit. When we got enough power across this cap, we might be able to try a feedback to the ATX power supply, feeding at least 200 volts. Which we have seen in a previous video that this ATX power supply can handle DC 200 volts and will work. But first we need to make some tuning and some display about what we can expect from the voltages and which nanopulse. And then the great tuning should start, and to see what we can find. Okay, I will now hook up some meters and some probes, and I will show you some voltages and the high voltage probe from the nanopulsar and the output from the L4 coil. Okay, presently I'm measuring now the high voltage pulse coming from the nanopulsar across the DSR diode. And this is the signal coming off. We have a peak of 1100 volts, 14 nanosecond rise time, 50 nanosecond falling time, and the pulse width is about 17 nanosecond. So this with this pulse we are happily pulsing the coaxial cable. And the drain voltage is 133 volts at the moment, which produces this this signal. This is across the L4 coil, 24 volts presently. So I'm going to take a look now at the signal on the L4 coil, but I need to do it with another probe. and I cannot do it at the same time. Okay, the red probe is across the L4 coil, and I'm measuring the DC on the cap. So we have 50 volts peak to peak, and we have this 1 kilovolt spike interfering across it, but it stays at 22 volts, no more. We can see the oscillators play with each other. Sometimes it's synced, now it slows down. So now the big tuning needs to be starting, I guess. Okay, thank you for watching.